Sam's inner conflict. Welcome to this video, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go any further, I want to touch upon the alternate ending that was shown at the event in LA of Sam actually winning. Now, I like that it was an Easter egg to the movies, and it was clearly shot just to throw people off. But hey, that's not the real cut. If you know, you know. But I thought the scene was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool. And it's also indicative of how big this show's gotten, that they have to, like, because in the earlier seasons, they didn't really have to do this. That, you know, having to film additional footage and additional material just so that way no spoilers or leaks, quote unquote, that end up surfacing on the internet, unlike in many instances in the past when people just stroll up to set, record, and then send it to the internet and spoil everything for next season. But sticking with Sam in this video, I'm going to touch upon something first before I delve into the full subject matter of the video. Could Sam join Cobra Kai? Now, this is a comment I've gotten a lot, and this is something that people have been, you know, I'm not going to say attacking me on, but, you know, kind of coming after me and giving me a bit of heat for. You know, I just want to say, people in, you know, that are listening to this video, it's just a fictional show. It's not real. Like, you know, it's great to talk about, it's great to be invested, but, you know, calm down. Like, relax. It's not that big of a deal to where you go and start harassing people, because if you're going to do that, I'm just going to block you. Okay? Block, bye. Out. That's it. Now, with that out of the way, could Sam join Cobra Kai? Yes, it's very possible. You know, I've been wrong before, but someone said to me, hey, Jacob, you got most of Season 4 wrong. No, I didn't. I said Hawk would get attacked mid-season. I said Robbie would make it to the final minimum. Whoever he was facing was up in the air, whether he would win. And the thing is, the original intention was for him to win. If you actually do your research, he was going to win. They changed the ending. Listen to what Tanner said. They changed it. So I would have been right. And this is the problem. It's not about being right. It's about having fun. And my problem with these theories is sometimes it gets outlandish. It's like Miguel pulling a gun on someone. Kreese, you know, going John Wick on people. Like, this show is very much based around the Karate Kid trilogy. I'm going off of themes and central plot points from that trilogy to try and back up my theories for where they could go. Now, does this mean Sam could not join? Yeah, of course she could. 100% she could. I just don't want it to take away the gravity from when Robbie joined. Like, I don't want everyone joining constant dojos all the time, because then it takes away the impact of when they do. You know, you want to... And Cobra Kai is establishing itself as the villain. Why would Sam join Cobra Kai when she literally worked her ass off for the last 2 seasons to fight back? 3 seasons to fight back against them. Why would she join them? Now, she could have a moment of vulnerability. She could have a moment of maybe going over to that side. But I think this particular scene right here, this sort of dreamlike sequence, it's very Season 3 Miguel Coma-esque, and I think it's going to be very similar to Rey in Rise of Skywalker fighting Darkseid Rey. It's going to be like that, fighting herself, tossing and turning and choosing. And again, I'm not saying that she can't join Cobra Kai, I'm just saying I think it makes for, in my opinion, it makes for a more of an emotionally compelling story when you have her, Sam, this character who in Season 3 finally grew outside of being just a love interest and really came into her element. Something that I really loved about Season 3. Next to Hawk, she was my favourite. I was like, finally, we're learning who Samantha LaRusso is. That's what I was saying. And then Season 4, she took a different turn. Now, I like to think that in Season 5, we're going back to that Season 3 Sam, and we're going the other way with her, the way that she should have gone in the first place. And I think that is just purely because of the loss at the Eel Valley. I think there's going to be a chance for an emotional story there. And as much as Sam could be in a vulnerable position and Terry Silver could manipulate her, I just don't see it happening. Everyone around... Tori would say, hell no, what are you doing? I want to get out of there. Why do you want to go in there? Robbie would say the same thing. Miguel would say, you can't trust him. What are you doing? Like, you're cheapening previous moments by having everyone join Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is now established as the baddies. You know, they are established as the villains. And no one's ever truly the villains, but the show has been very grey since the beginning. We're going back to that black and white formula. They won't be completely evil, but we're setting them up as the big bad now. It's changed. The dynamic has shifted. So if you firmly believe that Sam could join Cobra Kai, she might join Cobra Kai. I mean, and hey, it's all about execution, and the writers and creators of this show have given me no reason not to trust them. So if Sam joins Cobra Kai, it's going to be earned. It's like with Tori in Season 4. One thing I'll say is that before Season 4 dropped, I thought she was nothing more than a Saturday morning cartoon villain, just screaming at the end of every episode that you see on those weekend serials. But Season 4 did the unthinkable. It turned Tori into one of the best developed characters of the show, and she won the All Valley. Who would have thought that? From where we were, that's great development. That's great storytelling. So yes, they could make it work, but you don't have to attack me over it. I'm just putting that out there again into the ether. But back to the subject matter. Her fighting herself is going to be very symbolic, and I think her fighting an evil version of herself is her choosing. She's willingly making the choice, and I think that is exactly the overall theme for Sam, Tori, Robbie, and Miguel this season. They're going to choose their destiny. Hawk, same could apply, but we need a bit more information on Hawk to really start, progress. To me, he's not in the Season 5 trailer. I know he's in it for that one shot, but come on, that borderline cameo. It's not even a cameo. He's in a freeze frame. That's not in it. And it's not anything surprising. I was going to do a video on this, but I didn't see the point, so I'm just going to put it in this video anyway. Hawk being absent from the trailers, don't worry about it. They've done it a million times. There's probably something in store for Hawk that they don't want to spoil. He's probably going to have a great arc next season. He's the champ. As I said, it could play out like a Rocky 3 situation, where you had Clubber Lang intimidating Rocky by haggling his misses. You could have a scene where Sean gets out, maybe Robbie's not around, Sean haggles Eli by, you see what I'm saying? The parallel. But I just wanted to throw that in this because I couldn't be asked. It didn't warrant another video. Yeah. But with Sam in this case, I really think you can really go back to that Season 3 direction that Sam was heading in. And as I've said, this is the season of reconciliation. This is when the characters are going to come together. They're going to come together. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen. I know people say, oh, Robbie and Miguel will never be friends. I hate Robbie. You're projecting. You're projecting your own feelings into the characters of the show. That's what you're doing. Calm down. It's not that serious. If you don't want Robbie to come home, fine. You don't want him to come home. That's your opinion. If you want Sam to join Cobra Kai, then hey, that's your opinion. It's not a personal thing. This is more of one of them off the dome videos, because this is something that's been kind of festering a little while, and I've been kind of putting up with it. And I just like to, just put this out there that it's just a show. The show is here to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be something where you personally attack other people about it. Now, of course, with that being said, Mary Mauser, fantastic actress, does a great job, gets unwarranted hate for no reason at all for simply doing her job. If you're one of those people, close the laptop, go outside, and seek therapy. That's what I'm going to say to you. Now, back to the conflict scene. The rest of this scene could play out with her it's going to be a season-long thing. She's going to be very isolated, very alone, but I think CHOZEN, why would she go to Silver when you have CHOZEN? You've got CHOZEN right there. The dark side of Miyagi-Do. That's what CHOZEN is. And then Daniel can't teach anymore, quote unquote, so you could spend more time with him. Father and daughter time. You could have her spending more time with Anthony. My friends, the Kings, have said it many times. Shout out to them. And individually they've all said it. What if Sam saves Anthony? What if that's the moment? What if that's her mid-season choice? What if for the first part of Season 5, she's struggling to choose light and the dark, and mid-season, she makes that choice? Or end of the season. It could play out all manner of different ways. But, it's people bitch about the dumbest shit against archetype characters. This is Greek mythology. That's what most of these characters are based on. If you know your theatre, if you know your storytelling, it's not like I'm pulling this out of my behind. It's a staple of storytelling. It's just fascinating to see it unfold. That's why we're invested. And hey, I could be wrong again. I could be wrong, but I'm just putting my opinion out there. If you don't like it, that's fine. And hey, if you're going to constantly keep hating on me, why don't you go make a YouTube channel? Why don't you go put a video out there? Let's see how you do. And hey, maybe you'll be successful. But hey, take that plunge. Now, with that being said, This video was a bit all over the place, but that's just because there's so many things that I had to say in this video in particular things. Regarding to particular things, sorry. But guys and girls, jump in the comment section down below, let me know what you think. And I think this scene could play out really well. I like the aesthetic. I like how you got Yasmin and Moon flashing in the background, you got Eli flashing briefly, you know, you've got Daniel flashing in the background. It's like Sam's in this inner turmoil. I love it. See you in the comment section, people.